Welcome back to the show. Well, how do we remain environmentally friendly during the holiday season? It's a difficult time for us because we accumulate so much waste, but we are in luck. Alicia joins us from Ecoteriors to help us through this.
Hi, Alicia.
And
Hello.
am I right in saying this is probably the biggest time of year when we create as individuals the most amount of waste?
That is true. A lot of people think, oh, I'll just wait till the new year, it'll make my New Year's resolution. But no, now is the time that you really need to focus on your waste during the holidays. There's so much waste associated with the holidays. It's unbelievable.
Well, we were talking before the show, and you mentioned that the numbers would shock us. Really,
They would.
And
They
so
would.
I really wouldn't mind finding out some of these statistics. How much are we wasting over the holiday
Well,
season?
the first thing, just in general, the average person will waste 600 times their body weight, their adult body weight, into the garbage through their whole lifetime. 600 times. So that means I personally, without telling you my weight, would throw away 78,000 pounds of waste throughout my whole entire life.
Whoa.
That was really shocking when I figured that out. Now, the good thing is we do know most of this waste is created during the holidays, somewhere between Thanksgiving and the New Year's. So now that we can pinpoint when this actually happens, that's a good time to start focusing. There are 300,000 tons of waste created by Christmas alone.
Unbelievable.
1 billion Christmas cards and 83 square kilometers of wrapping paper could end up in the landfill this Christmas.
Let's talk about wrapping paper, because I think you can get some that is recyclable and some that is not. Is that correct?
That is true. They are starting to have recycled content wrapping paper out there, so that's something you want to look for. But later on, I have brought some things with me to show you that you don't even have to use wrapping paper maybe altogether. And the last fact I wanted to share with you is that it has been estimated that the pollution from manufacturing, transporting, use, and disposal of Christmas gifts and their packaging is greater than that from automobiles in 1 year.
Wow.
So condense it in 2-week period of holiday celebrating all of that. It's greater than automobiles in 1 year. So that's outrageous.
I know. It is.
So that being said, we really do need to scale back on our waste, and the holidays is the best time of all to start doing that.
So if people could just start being more mindful just during the holiday season, it would be a huge, huge difference overall. Right?
And does that start when you leave your home and you go to the shopping mall?
It does. It does. It starts before you even leave your home. Start looking at what you already have, and there are ways that you can use it. This was a huge challenge for me before I came on the show because I had to start doing it.
Right.
So, looking around, trying to find things that might possibly work. And it's actually a lot of fun. And you don't have to go through all the holiday madness of going to the mall and buying all those things.
Can you give us some tips?
I mean, just walking. I went with my brother. I made him help me. So we went on a nice little walk in nature, and we found some things that we could use. And it was a lot more enjoyable than maybe going to the mall. So
what are some of the other tips that you have that we could start applying right now?
Okay, so your Christmas tree is the first one. Which way do you guys go, real or fake?
We're actually opposites, because you have a fake and I have a real.
Okay, see, I thought it would be the other way around.
Really?
But okay, so you have, and why do you go artificial?
Well, for 2 reasons. Okay, first of all, I live in an apartment, so it's safer to have an artificial tree in an apartment building.
Makes sense.
And I understand that you can't necessarily cut, if every single person cut a tree to have a real Christmas tree, then...
Very good points.
For me, it's just really tradition and aesthetics.
And that's why, that is why I would love to have one, is because the smell and the tradition. We used to cut our own trees down as a family,
I live in an apartment too now, so but I still have a real tree. My family always has, and you're right, Derek, it's the tradition, the experience, going to pick it out, cut it down, strap it to the roof of your car, and the smell of it in your home, it's really nice. But it is a really interesting debate that does raise the question, which is actually more environmentally friendly, the artificial or the real. So I have a few quick pros and cons for each. Real trees are disposed after every single holiday season. So you're cutting it down, and then whether it's December 26th, January 1st, or for some of us, the end of February, the tree ends up on your curbside.
Right.
So an artificial tree, if you properly take care of it and store it, it can last up for 25 years. So that's a pro for artificial trees. Real trees are mostly originate from Canada and the U.S., so that's good. 85% of artificial trees are made in China.
Right.
Oh.
You also need to think of the process. Real trees are grown on tree farms, and this year alone in North America, there were 40 to 45 million trees planted. So that's really good. And tree farms also support complex ecosystems. So fake trees take up a lot of resources. You have to think that the manufacturing process itself, all the raw materials have to get to the factory. They have to be assembled, they have to be packaged, and then they have to be shipped to Canada and the US to be distributed to retailers. So it's quite a big process that only takes up natural resources.
So would the answer be get a real tree, but plant two in its place?
That's a good idea. That's very good. There's
Look
lots
at
of
you.
things that you can do. In my opinion, the real tree is the better way to go. But there's things that you should look for, maybe organic tree farms. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of those. And I also think that we're going to start seeing a lot more tree disposal programs or tree recycling programs. So that's a good one too.
Well, you've brought in some examples for
Yes,
us.
I
So what
have.
we're going to do is going to take a quick break. Don't go away, because when we come back, we're going to look at some of these great examples that Alicia's brought along with her. We'll be right back right after this break.